Hi everybody, Max Payment here from Ross Virtual Solution, and today I'll be showing you guys how to start a new Voyager project and how to import some of the assets in the Unreal Marketplace and to merge them together. All right, let's get started. So I have Voyager open up right now. When you first open it up, it's going to ask you what kind of template you want to start with. In our case, we're going to select VS template for green screen, but this works with any of these templates in terms of importing assets from the marketplace. So let's call this Voyager Marketplace. Hit create. All right, so while we're waiting for our scene to, our template to load up, let's open up our Epic Games launcher. And if you can't find it here, it might be docked on the bottom here in your taskbar. If not, then on your desktop. If not, you can do a quick search for Epic Games launcher. All right, so under the marketplace, if you go to the library tab, Unreal Engine tab, you'll see 5 tabs on the top here. We're going to want to go to marketplace. So marketplace is Epic's games, like online store where you can purchase assets, effects, blueprints, basically any number of effects you can buy, kind of like an iStock site. So you can purchase different sets here. Every month they have a free of the month section, which is always nice to look into it once a month. And you have a couple of nice sets here that you can integrate into some of your sets, some of your templates. The ones that you have already purchased or have downloaded for free, if you go under library, these would be their projects that are loaded, and then the section where you have downloaded all of your sets or effects in the marketplace. So don't confuse library with the library on the left. This one here is for your video games that are installed from Epic Games. Here is the library of your assets purchased on the marketplace. So marketplace, you can easily search for different sets. Click on the one here. So you can browse anything from free to the special discounted items. So once you find an item that you like or a set that you like, you're going to find it under library. And here's all the library of sets that we have. And I'm going to choose one that I'm going to create a new project with. So I like the Neonify set. So let's do that. So we're going to create a separate project. Or if you have a project already created, you can add the project. But just to show you how to do one from scratch, we're going to go to create project. Going to ask us where to save the project. So I'm going to go to the D drive where my sets are saved. Voyager project, right in here. Which version? I'm working with 5.2 today, so we're going to save it as 5.2 and hit create. So right now it's going to verify, download the set. Depending on the size of the set, it could be very quick like it is now. So once that's done, let's minimize this. So now the template that I created is set over here. So I have my camera, I have my composite plane, our Voyager operator, and our tracker, if we have a tracking system on our camera. So that template is pretty bare. You'd only have the essential elements you would need to sync everything up together, but we don't have any visuals. So now let's import the visuals. Content. So I'm just going to open up my content folder. By default, the content folder will always dock back down. I prefer it to be up. So what I'm going to do is go to settings and lock content browser. So in your template, your folder structure will be usually content. And then in your content, you would have your blueprint, maps, Voyager folder for your proxies, live sources, all that stuff. But you might have, if you've already created some design and implemented inside your project, you might have a materials folder, texture folder, so on and so forth. So for our sake today, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the marketplace asset that we've downloaded and created a new project, and we're going to export the map into our maps folder into this project here. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to minimize my project. Going to go to D drive where I saved my Neonify project. over here. So I'm going to open Neonify. It's going to ask me what version. Yes, 5.2. Click OK. So if this is your first time loading a set, it will take a while to compile the shaders. Right now it's asking me, do I want to run it since I already have one running and using the input outputs. I'm going to click on yes. All right, so our set has been loaded. I'm going to dismiss all these prompts. All right, so there you go. So this is the Neonify set that I want to use in my project. So you see here, there's a bunch of group actors, meshes, lights, I believe the post processes as well. So we're going to want to import all of these content into our VS template that we created in Voyager. So to do so, we're going to go into content drawer. I'm going to lock this one as well and go into the Neonify project. And like I mentioned, these the structure of the folder should be fairly the same as blueprints, maps, materials, mesh, so on and so forth. So we want to go into maps. We know that this map is called stage 9 because it's the map we have opened here. So I'm going to right click on stage 9, going to select asset actions, and then migrate. And what's going to happen is it's going to tell me these are all the materials and meshes and lights that are in this scene here. So it will grab all the content in the scene. So hence the check mark on the elements there. And then it's going to migrate it to the new one. So I'm going to click, okay, I want to export these values or these objects. Now it's going to tell me where is the destination of the new template. So right now I got to go back to my Voyager project. And then it wants you to select a content folder because that's where all of our assets live under. So content folder selected. Okay. And now it has migrated all the assets to our new project. So once it's done, we're going to close this Neonify project. I'm going to open up the content folder. And now you'll notice if I go back to content, I have a new folder called Neonify. So it brought the whole map into this folder here. And then go on to maps, and then the stage 9 map is what we want. So to bring it into our scene, you're going to want to have it under your levels. So if you don't have the levels window, which most likely you won't have by default, you must go into window, levels, and if it's not docked on the right hand side, you can just grab the tab and then dock it to wherever you like. So right now I have nothing in my levels. So I'm going to drag in stage 9, and you'll see that right away it populates the scene with the content. It even brings it into my outliner. An extra step you do have to do is right click on the level name, and then we're going to select change streaming method to always loaded. So, because you could load it by a blueprint to have it start, but we want it to be loaded all the way, like all the time. So, which is why we right click, change streaming method to always loaded. So now we can see we have our composite plane, our camera, our post process. Then we can easily adjust our composite plane to the ground, depending on how you want to shoot it. But there you go. That's how we import a set from the marketplace into one of our Voyager templates. All right, thanks for watching.